kind of an emotional moment here. Sort of a ribbon-cutting ceremony. We hung the Reggie Miller jersey here in the man cave. There was not a dry eye in the house. Reggie Miller joins us now. Reg, thanks for the jersey. We've hung it up in the rafters here.
I just want you guys to know how much it really meant to me to have my jersey hanging in the Theodore man cave. But I hope you guys got the memo. Did you get the memo, Daniel?
I don't think so.
Oh, I sent it to Fritzy. There was an addendum to hanging the jersey. There was 3 things that have to happen while the jersey is being hung in the man cave. Number 1, I want dedicated lights on my jersey at all times. One from the bottom shining up and one straight away.
Okay.
Every other week, Paulie is supposed to go out and buy a dozen roses, take the petals off, kind of like Coming to America, and spread them underneath my jersey. And number 3, and you can hire any one of these people to do this, I want someone to dress up in a gladiator outfit and kind of buy those palm leaves and fan my jersey a little bit. Those were the 3 things that were supposed to be added while hanging my jersey. Is that going to be okay, guys?
Yes. I think we could take care of all of those. Paul,
I appreciate it.
We're good with
but
all of
I
that?
am so honored.
Yep, you're up with the great ones here, Reg.
This is great. Look, everyone talked about me being, part of the Danettes. Now I really am a Danette.
If the NBA was retiring one number throughout the league, historically, what number should be retired?
I would say either 23, obviously, for Michael Jordan, or Bill Russell's, was he 6?
Yes.
Number 6, Bill Russell.
Okay.
If I had to pick one number, it would be one of those 2 numbers.
Who picked your number, 31?
Well, look, everyone assumes that 13 is the bad luck number, and I think growing up in our household, we just kind of flipped it and said, let's go with 31. But Cheryl was the groundbreaker. Cheryl was the one that was like, I'm going with 31, and we kind of all just followed suit.
Because, see, I thought it was you shoot threes and you average 1 assist per game, so the 3 and the 1.
No, you did not. No, you did not. Again, I will say I was paid to put the ball in the basket. Did you ever point guard job? I am a shooting guard.
Did you ever have a coach say, Reg, pass?
I passed all the time.
No, I mean purposely, like try to get more assists, or did you ever get yelled at for not passing enough?
No, because what I did so well, how could they yell?
Did you watch the Warriors Pistons last night at all?
I did. They're good, aren't they?
They're great.
I was really looking forward to this game just for the simple fact of the way Detroit had been playing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see how they were going to measure up with, what people are saying, arguably the best team, which right now they are, in the Warriors. And it's what I thought. Golden State is like, they are 3 steps ahead of just about every team right now. And I know it's early, and teams take almost about a month to kind of get their footing, their rotations, guys get their legs, find their rhythm. It takes about 3 weeks to a month for most teams to get that, but the way the Warriors are just coming out the gates and they just jump right on top of you, and next thing you know, you're down 12 to 15 points, and you're always battling your way back, and Curry is playing out of his mind right now, and everyone's clicking, and, they did this 6 games without Bogut. Festus Ezeli could start for just about any team in the league, and they're without their head coach, and they're, it just, things are just falling in line for them.
We were talking about demeanor with Jay Cutler and also Phillip Rivers. So these are NFL quarterbacks, and I don't know if a team feeds off that, your leader in how they are emotionally. But did you find that in the NBA that the personality of the player and how important that was for players to follow you as a leader?
Absolutely. I think especially when you're the best player on any team, most teams are going to get that energy from their best player, whether it's vocally, leading by, rah-rah, saying a lot in the huddle, or by example. I was a player that did a lot by example. I wasn't really a rah-rah guy to my guys, more so to the other team by talking so much junk. Mark Jackson was more of the rah-rah guy. And I look at Golden State, they follow Steph by his example, the way he shoots, prepares, comes early, stays late, his work ethic. But the demeanor of that team, to me, comes from Draymond Green. The toughness, the grit, getting after you defensively, not backing down. When teams talk bad about the Golden State Warriors, he's the first one to jump in line and come back with a nice zinger. So they follow, in my opinion, Draymond Green's demeanor, the grit grind. But the example set by Golden State is none other than Steph Curry.
Yeah, I always find that interesting of how people lead. And then some guys lead by example, and some guys can lead by their words. But can you be an average player and be a leader?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I would like to think your best player or the most talented player, you're going to lean towards that person a little bit more. But sure, if you're an average player and you're a rah-rah guy, it can only go so far because you want to see guys that are actually on the floor performing that kind of have that cachet a little bit. But sure, I mean, if you're an average player and you're good at the gift of gab, it can help.
And then I look at some other person, like Larry Bird wasn't a rah-rah guy, but...
By example.
Yes, by example.
By example.
Cal Ripken, by example.
By example. I mean, how are you going to say anything to Cal Ripken and he's playing every single day?
Derek Jeter, by example.
What are you going to say?
Yeah, I know.
Hurt, banged up, 162 games. He's out there. Let's go. Win or lose, rain or shine. He's out there.
Reggie Miller, NBA on TNT. They've got Clippers at the Suns on Thursday night. Oh, man. Are the Suns? What do you think of the Suns here?
Well, I liked bringing in Tyson Chandler. I just don't know what type of style Coach Hornacek and the Suns really want to play. They got a nice backcourt, that UK backcourt of Brandon Knight and Eric Bledsoe. But other than that, the pieces, you're wondering where the Suns want to go down the road. They drafted Devin Booker out of Kentucky as well, but I'm not sure I see a clear direction on where the Suns want to go.
If you were going to advise Blake Griffin on what to do, because every great player, you're always adding to your game, what would you help Blake Griffin with?
Right now,
yeah.
Absolutely nothing. The one criticism I had for the last couple of years, and if I watch a lot of Clippers games, obviously living out here, every time in screen and roll or dump down, when the ball was swung to him, he hesitated and then made a move. They've removed the hitch from his shot. The hesitation is gone, and he is in straight attack mode. And we saw a little bit of this during the playoffs last year where, to me, he was one of the best players in the playoffs. He took another step offensively in becoming a great player. So right now, I wouldn't say anything to him because if it wasn't for a guy up north by the name of Steph Curry, we would be talking about Blake Griffin as an early season MVP candidate and the best player in the league right now. That's how good he's playing.
Yeah, 28, 10, and 4 for Blake Griffin.
And look, what people miss, he is such a great passer. You mentioned the assists. The chemistry he has with DeAndre Jordan. I know Chris Paul is great, arguably the best leader and point guard. You're talking about leading by example, and vocally, that's Chris Paul. But the way Blake is able at that power forward position to pass the basketball, especially to DeAndre Jordan, you really have 2 point guards on the floor if you're Doc Rivers.
Don't you feel like the Wizards have this campaign to bring in Kevin Durant? And at what point does the commissioner step in to say, stop flirting with Kevin Durant?
Well, it depends on who's flirting. Is it the owners and management? Yeah, the commissioner can step in. But if you've got players campaigning on Twitter or Instagram or saying things to their friends that indirectly get back to Kevin Durant, I mean, how are you going to police the players? The players can say whatever they want. But I agree with KD. Worry about your own damn team. Worry about the guys that are under contract for the Wizards. What will happen with KD will happen at the end of the season. To me, he's taken the right approach. Look, I'm focusing in on this year, trying to win a championship for the Thunder. When I'm a free agent, I'll worry about it then. That's the right approach. Nip it in the bud early, so every time you come to a shoot-around or before a game and they stick a microphone in front of your face, they don't have to ask the same question. I'm going to address all this, people, when I become a free agent. Right now, it's all about the Thunder and winning. Thank you very much. God bless you and good night.
Who did you campaign for to join you in Indiana that might surprise us?
I will say this. It's a little bit, the climate is a little bit different now than it was back then. Donnie Walsh rarely involved me on any type of player moves or anything like that. Today, it's more commonplace with a LeBron, a KD, the bigger name stars. They kind of, management goes to them and says, hey, who would you like to play with and who are you close with and, can you kind of lobby these guys? It kind of wasn't like that when I played. Donnie Walsh never asked my opinion on who I want to play. He knew what we needed, but he never came to me and said, hey, we're thinking about bringing – because remember, we brought in Mark Jackson. He knew Mark and I were close, but he never came to me and said, hey, do you think about, can you talk to Mark for us? It just happened. I was happy about it, but it just happened.
How close did you come to leaving Indiana?
Well, obviously everyone talks about the Knicks in '96, and it was between Allen Houston and myself. I could not personally see myself playing in New York because my heart was always in Indiana. If something would have happened with the Lakers, that would have probably been the only place because obviously growing up in Riverside and being the biggest Magic Johnson fan and Laker fan, that probably would have been the toughest choice ever. But obviously it didn't happen because at the time they still they had just drafted Kobe and they had Eddie Jones. So I knew there was no way I was getting ready to go back to L.A. But if L.A. ever would have opened up, that would have been the toughest choice.
Safe travels to Phoenix, and once again, we'll make sure that we follow the guidelines, the rules, stipulations.
Rose petals.
Yep.
Two dedicated lights. One shining up, one shining straight at 31, and just hire someone off the street. Gladiator suit.
Yep.
Palm leaves, fanning the jersey. Okay, I'm only kidding. I was only kidding.
Oh, you
Theodore.
were? Oh, I was getting some of my best people on that.
Okay. Daniel, Theodore, and my Danettes, I am back. I love y'all. This is great. This is great.
Thank you, Reg. Reg, by the way, Reg did not ask about McLovin's health after he knocked him to the floor at the LA Man Cave.
He didn't seem to care at all.
No, he didn't. I thought that he might lead with that, but he did not.
It was so weird. The idea of him playing defense, no one was ready for it.
Wow. After he hangs up, you say that?